Hi, welcome to Adobe Gab. Today, I will be going to show you how to turn photos into a sketch in Adobe Photoshop. So without any further ado, let's get started. So we are here in the marvelous world of Photoshop. I have here a man and a notebook. If you want to download it, just click the link in the description below. The first thing we need to do is drag this man into the notebook. After that, press Ctrl or Command T. Then make this smaller. To make this smaller is hold the Shift and Alt or Option key while dragging it to the left. And rotate it. Just adjust this a little bit. After you've done that, hit enter or click the check mark on the upper right corner. Next is we're going to add a layer mask by clicking this little icon here. Then choose the brush tool or hit B on your keyboard. Make sure that the foreground color is black because black hides. Make it a little bit bigger. To make that bigger is hold the Alt or Option key on your keyboard, then right-click on your mouse and drag it to the right. And just erase the area that you do not want. When you are near to the subject, you can make your brush size a little smaller. To make that smaller, hold Alt or Option key on your keyboard. Then right-click on your mouse and drag it to the left. You can decrease the flow when you are working on the subject. When you are far in the subject, you can also increase the flow. After that, go to the filter menu and find the convert for smart filters and hit OK. Next, go to the filter menu again and find the filter gallery. On the sketch folder, you'll find the graphic pen, and in the stroke direction, you can make it horizontal, left diagonal, vertical. But in this video, I choose the right diagonal. You can increase or decrease the stroke length, but I'm gonna keep it at 12. On the light or dark balance, I'm gonna leave it at 69. And hit OK. So as you can see, there is a little dirt here. To remove that is you can rasterize it and erase that. Or you can change it in the Smart Object. I'm gonna show you what it is. Double-click on the first layer. Then a new document will show up. Make sure that the foreground color is black and erase that. Once you're done, just hit Ctrl or Command S and close that tab. As you can see, it is updated. But there is a little problem here. When we draw, it is not 100% black. So to add some realism, we need to include the texture of the paper into the subject. But how we are going to do that? Easy. Blend if. With the subject layer selected, double-click on the right-hand side of the layer, and this will open the Layer Style dialog box. Now, take the slider of the underlying layer from right to left, but when we take it away, it is very raspy. So we need to soften it up a little bit. In this way, hold the Alt or Option key, click on the slider to split it up, and simply take it apart. You can take it even further if you want to. But I'm going to leave it at about 228, that's fine for this example, and hit OK. Additionally, it's excessively dark on the left-hand side. So let's decrease the opacity. Let's set it to about 80%. Maybe 84%. Let's zoom it out and have a look. Wow, that is much more realistic. But there is another problem. If you zoom in and have a look at the sketch, it's very sharp. We don't do such sharp sketches. So we need to add a little bit of blur. To add blur is go to the filter menu, and in blur find the Gaussian blur. Let's add 0.4. Or maybe 0.3. And that is how we can turn photos into a sketch. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot from this Photoshop tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also click the notification bell so you wouldn't miss out on my videos, and stay safe.